Welcome everybody to our press conference for our UEFA Europa League game against Rangers tomorrow. With Ruben, Amorim and Harry Maguire. Please indicate who your question is for.
Ruben, if I can start with you. Obviously, you had some strong words after the Brighton game, I know that. What response have you seen from your players after what you said?
Sometimes it's really hard to hide the frustration in some moments. But the good thing is that I said the same things in a different way in the dressing room 5 minutes before. So the response was quite normal because I'm really blunt with my players. And they train well, they are ready for this game, and let's see tomorrow.
Harry, how does that land in the dressing room when you hear your manager describe the team as possibly the worst in the club's history?
No, I think as players, obviously after the game, we was really frustrated, disappointed. Coming off the back of a good away performance and then beating Southampton, going into the game, we was confident and we felt like we had the belief that we can go and beat Brighton, and ultimately we didn't perform well enough on the day. So we've got to look at ourselves, we've got to take responsibility on ourselves, and as an individual, that's what I do. I go home and think about how I can help this team improve and get back to where we want to get back to, and that's challenging a lot higher than we are in the league. So for me, it's about us players just taking responsibility on ourselves and improving individually, which will help the team improve.
Harry, you played quite well recently. I know things haven't been going so well for the team, but the manager said last week you're a leader again. Do you feel as though it has benefited you not being the captain of the club? Because as you said recently, your form over the past 18 months has been quite consistent.
No, I wouldn't put it down to that, to be honest. Whether I'm captain or not, I do see myself as a leader in this group of players. I'm experienced now, I've been at the club over 5 years, and I know that in times when you play for this club that there's so many ups and downs, and every game that you lose there's a lot of scrutiny on the players, and players get targeted, and I think that's part and parcel of playing for this club. You've got to accept and take the responsibility on. And I think, look, I look at previous players, and I spoke about this before, the likes of players like Wayne Rooney and David Beckham. They had a large amount of scrutiny on them, and they was world-class players. So if it can happen to them, it can happen to anybody, and it's part and parcel of playing for this club. And listen, playing for this club's a huge privilege and a huge honour, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
Just regarding that scrutiny, Joshua Zirkzee had some dreadful stick a few weeks ago, and he's played well since. Did you ever speak to him because you've been through similar experiences at times?
No, I sent him a message privately after the game. But listen, Josh is a good player. You don't play for this club if you're not a good player. He's got to bring that belief out and that confidence out in himself. And I always say in football, there's always another game and there's always a next opportunity. And with Josh obviously coming on against Arsenal, he really changed the game for us. And then to score that winning penalty, probably give him a lot of confidence and believe that he belongs at this club. So the fans have been brilliant with him. We have amazing fans, and they stick with us through thick and thin, and when times are tough, they really get behind you and support you. And I felt that, and Josh, I'm sure, would have been feeling that over the recent weeks. It's not really about individuals, it's more about as a team. We're disappointed as a team.
Harry, can you explain, you say all the players are good players, and clearly they are, the top-end Premier League players in theory, but you're not, as a team at the moment, a top-end Premier League team or playing anything like it. Can you explain why that happens?
If I could explain it, I think we'd change it straight away. I think, like you said, we've got players who's played numerous games internationally, won lots of trophies in club football. But at the moment we're not playing well enough as a team, and the league table shows that. So I can only keep going on about it. We've got to take responsibility on as players. We've got to stop looking for excuses and blaming things, and it's really important that as an individual you improve yourself.
I take on board what you said right at the start, but if you're taking responsibility away from the players, then you put it on you, and someone has to take responsibility for the fact that Manchester United are 14th in the...
I'm not taking responsibility from the players. What I'm saying that is the message that you guys show was that I was putting on the players. What I was saying is that you have to look really hard to find a team of Manchester United in 10 games that lose 7 games. In that is on me, because it's the same players doing worse with a new coach. That's my only concern in the moment. But I'm not taking anything from the players. What I'm saying is that we have to improve in the details, and I explained that. The way we play, we are too nervous with the ball, too nervous, really anxious. And then if you have a little bit experience in this game, when you fall in this type of context, it's really hard to go up, especially when you are a massive club. So that was my only point. It was the best point to do it after that loss in the way I do it. Maybe not, but it is what it is. And I'm like that all the time. So I'm not taking responsibility from the players. I'm saying, I'm really directing in things. I'm saying in this moment, we are performing really bad, and our results are really bad in the moment. So it's everything together, the players, the staff, the technical stuff. So I'm not taking responsibility. I'm just pointing that I'm the biggest responsible of the performance and the results, because I'm the coach and I have that responsibility.
You just mentioned it again then, that you're really nervous. As a player, does that help you to hear your head coach say, you and other players are nervous?
I didn't say I was nervous. I said the team was nervous. I was frustrated. Frustrated is different from nervous. And if you say it's good for the players to see the coach frustrated, maybe not. But I didn't say I was nervous.
You're saying the players are nervous. We are nervous.
Yeah. As a team, because it's always a we.
Does that help the team to sort of put that thought into their head?
No. I'm saying the obviously. If you want, I can be delusional and say different things. Right. I say it as I saw it, and I said to the players, and I said to you, I think it's a good thing to be really honest with you. If you want me to say different things, you saw one thing, I saw one thing, and I tell you a different thing, I can start to do it. It's easier for me. But what I'm saying is that, and they know, and you can understand the game. If you are in the stadium, you can understand. So let's face it and work on it. But I'm not nervous. I'm frustrated.
Ruben, you've been honest, as always, about the sort of financial realities that the club are going to face this year. There's a lot of talk of Napoli and Chelsea interest in Garnacho. If the club was to get to a point where it gets an offer that it deems acceptable for a player like that, how important is it for you that you are then able to reinvest and use that money?
Guys, I understand the question. Let's focus on the game. I don't want to talk about that, especially before a game. Our focus is that our players are here to play. We need to improve. We need to win games. To have that feeling of winning is really important for us. So let's focus on that today.